Okay. That's more like it. So, felt like playing something. Didn't feel like doing it alone. So...
Oh, did you change your...
Yes, I just did. So, this, ladies and gentlemen, is Myst III. Appropriately enough, it is the third game in the Myst series. We are going to stream it today.
And you're streaming Pokemon tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Pokemon.
Okay.
Today is Myst. I don't know how far we'll get through this exactly.
Yeah, there's always...
But...
Oh, no, wait, no, there isn't Sunday. We're
yeah,
we out of town on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's off limits, but, like, you know, whatever. Like, I've been streaming almost every day this week, so whatever.
You kind of need it.
Yeah. New game. This is my overall favorite Myst game. Not that it's the best.
I realized as our group linked back to Dunny that we should not restore the city as we had planned. The once magnificent buildings lay in ruin, testament to the hatred that had consumed them. Too many people had fallen victim to that hate, to the prejudice and greed from which it sprang.
Hey, Rand Miller, could you speak up a little? Jesus.
Gazing out across the cavern, I decided to write another age. One that would help the Dunny survivors begin again, free from the tragedies of their past. So with my wife, Catherine, supporting me, I put aside that past to write a future.
How about you lay your book down?
More than a year has gone by since I finished writing Radisha.
Don't eat stuff off the...
I have a new daughter.
Dude, clean your
who I
nails.
hope will someday link to the age with me. And as I imagine Yisha
Lay down.
meeting the Dunny, those brave men and women who are building a new life for themselves, I realize I've been given another chance as well. A chance to learn from my mistakes and leave the past behind me once and for all.
So, the first two games kind of form a convenient, like, bookended story. But obviously there was money to be had, so they made a third one. This is the third one, and it uses an interesting... It uses an interesting control technique where you can look 360 degrees around, but you still point and click like you did in Riven.
And this would make me very sick.
Yes.
We call it Tamana. We moved here after Atreus finished writing Relation. He wanted us to have a new home too.
Right.
I'm so glad to see you. I told Atreus our paths would cross again. He was just going to grab something for your trip to Relation, so he shouldn't be terribly long.
Right.
Unless he decides to check over the whole house first, which means he could be hours resetting all his padlocks.
Padlocks.
But I know he was looking forward to introducing you to the Dunny, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Why don't you wait in his study?
So, you play the same character as you did in Myst and Riven. You're back here for no particular reason. That's baby Yisha. Yisha is the most annoying character in the entire franchise.
You will find that out later.
The
Yep.
other door.
Oh, the other door. Yeah. So, this is his study.
You just put your butt on me and be like, yes, not touching me. I touchies.
Here we have Riven. But as you can see, the book is dead. Ooh, various trinkets. A picture that does not look like Catherine at all. A crystal with calipers. Tamon, thank you for responding so quickly for my request for Nara padlocks. As you know, security in Tamana has become an important issue of late. Perhaps I am overreacting, as Catherine suggests, but the idea that someone may have been sneaking into my study, reading all of my journals, disturbs me. After what happened to my library on Myst, after my own son, Cirrus and Akanar, destroyed so many of my books, I've come to realize how delicate the link to my worlds, or the link is to my worlds. I've never been able to repair those burned books, to link to each age and find out if the inhabitants survived. The padlocks won't change that situation, but they should ease my fear of trespassers considerably. Sincerely, Atris. This is an odd thing to include in that note, but okay. And here he's got a picture of, let's pretend that's what Cirrus and Akanar looked like in Myst. Over here, we have a picture showing Atris arriving on some random age and finding Dunny's survivors. Over here, we see him returning to Dunny and finding it all in ruins. I don't think you can get back there. And then over here, this is Relishan. This is the new age for the Dunny that Atris wrote.
Well, my friend, I see you found the Relishan book. Catherine tells me you've been here for some time. Sorry if I've kept you waiting. But since we'll be gone a few days, I needed to secure some of my things. And I also wanted to bring you this. It's a journal I kept while I was writing Relishan. I thought you might find it interesting to read about what I'd hoped to achieve, compare it to what the age truly is. Well, just let me get my keys to unlock Relishan and we'll be off. Oh, and I'm interested in hearing what you've been up to in recent months.
This. Yep. So this is the plot here. That guy just stole the Relishan book. And we're the only ones who are able to get it back because he's cut off by fire. So we're going to link here.
So he's too lazy.
Yes.
I'm just going to say that every time you have to go on a fetch quest for it,
Yep.
he's just too easy to do it. So.
And we just saw him running away. And there he is. We're going to climb up after him. And he's escaped in there. Door's
You're not
locked.
Getting any. You can stop whining like you're starving.
So you can see him in there, but you can't get into it. So now we are on this island, and
No way to return.
we have to figure out what to do from here. Now, we do have Atris's book. If you right-click, you can change from 360-degree mode to just like point-and-click mode, and you can go down here and read his journal. I'm not going to subject you to that right now, but I will summarize. This is an age that Atris wrote as kind of a training ground for his sons to teach them some of the basics of
How not to be jerks.
book writing and stuff. And so this age is filled with puzzles, but in this case it makes sense because the puzzles were put here intentionally, like as puzzles, not just as, you know, I'm trying to lock my door and the best way to do that is with some kind of bizarre symbol glyphs. And you see there's lots of weird things on this island, like these tusks. So we need to find a way
No.
to
you're
get
not
into
Stop it.
that building up there that we can't see. You can actually go up and down
No.
via this little ladder here. And there's a little lighthouse-y promontory there. But look at this. One of these lighthouse poles things is broken.
Don't bite me.
So this is the gimmick of this this game, is that these puzzles were put in here by Atris to teach his sons about writing ages and mechanics and all that shit. We're spinning this around so this shines light. And then you see it's meant to shine light over to there, but that's broken off. That guy that stole the books has modified the puzzles to make them harder. So we have to unmodify them. So now we've got this light shining over here. And we need to bounce it in the right direction. And I don't actually remember exactly what it is, but that's okay, because that's not a puzzle that we have to solve right immediately. Let's take a longer look around here. Up here, we've got this light, and then a stairway. Up here, another lamp. And you can see that there's like a central pit or lagoon of some sort down here. You can't see it from here, but it is filled with water. And down here, there's all these weird plants. Up here, you can either go up there or up here. Both of those just lead to more of these lanterns. But what we actually want to do we want to go all the way down here. And there's a door in this tusk up here that I haven't shown you yet, but we'll get to that. This is interesting.
Aww.
That's cute, isn't it?
You have to remember that for later, don't you?
Touch that plant, and that comes down.
He's kind of cute.
And that weird squirrel thing makes that noise, and it puffs those things out. Interesting. That's related to a puzzle that we'll get to. This is the lower part of that central tusk. And this is where we're going to find and solve our first real puzzles. Okay. That right there gives us access to the lower area. Now, if we wanted to, we could take this door and leave and go up the other side. We're not going to do that right now. There's some other stuff here we need to see. This is the place where that thief guy has been hanging out. And there's a couple of things here that we should look at before we get going. This is his journal, and we'll grab that in a second. This is important for one of the puzzles later on. See here, we have two people on a short stick and one person on a long stick. And the idea here, the thing that we're supposed to take away from this, is that they are in balance. So more weight closer to the fulcrum can balance out with less weight farther away. That's important for a puzzle later on. Let's grab Saavedra's journal. His name is Saavedra, by the way.
He's insane.
The journal is currently incomplete, but this is what we have in it. I have done it. I have used his swirling linking book to follow him. I touched my palm to its glowing panel and felt the tingling begin. There was a sudden sickening lurch inside my stomach. Then I fell into the page. This has happened before. I know it. It happened the first time I came to this place. When I followed his murdering sons from Narayan. It happened when I used his hidden books. And it happened when I finally opened the machine, right before the fog first ate my mind. The fog didn't find me this time. When I opened my eyes, I was alone in a room. I was standing in the home of my betrayers. I couldn't move. I was afraid. I thought they'd know that I had come and would be waiting for me, just like they had waited inside this very tusk. I was afraid they would tie me up again, that the poisoned snakes would strike, but the silence was unbroken. The whole house was still, and without really knowing what I did, I started to search every room, every floor, every cabinet. I found his journals, Atrus's never-ending journals. I found the book that brought me back to this world, the lesson world he calls Jananin? I have no idea how you're
Janine.
supposed to...
We'll just call it
Yeah,
Janine.
Janine. Oh, Tamara, my love, how long have I been trapped here? How much of my life has been eaten by the fog? The face I see in the lagoon isn't one I remember ever wearing. It's so much older, so much more savage. But it is me. It is Savedro. And I remember what they did, how they led my people to death. I have returned several times now to Tamana. I am searching for some sign of his sons. I was certain they would run back to their father, but so much time has passed. So many years in which to forget about my people. Is that what happened, Atrus? Safe in your beautiful new home, enjoying life with your dear wife and family, did you become so busy envisioning new worlds that you forgot the ones you'd already created? I must be very careful. I must not let them know that I am free. I will read what journals I can find to figure out where his two sons are hiding. And when I've found the sons again, when I've got the whole family together, I'll bring them down. Atrus and his family will suffer, the way I have suffered for years. Cirrus and Achenar are not in Tamana. Every day I become more and more convinced Atrus's sons are not there. What happened, Atrus? Did you grow tired of them the way you tired of Narayan? Did you abandon them the way you abandoned my people behind your shield? It does not matter. I can still take revenge against their father. Now that I'm no longer stuck on Jananin, I can avenge all the dead in my world. I have already reopened his other books. I have begun making changes in those worlds, using his own lessons against him. There is still much more work to be done, but eventually I will lure him into this tusk. I will find some way to make him follow me here from Tamana. For now, I will concentrate on the orbiter. It is not a natural part of its world. The material that creates it is like nothing I've seen. It reminds me just a little of the shield, and if it is the same material, it can't be damaged. But perhaps I can damage the other devices. There's some drawings here that don't really matter much, but some of these will matter. No, it cannot be true. Surely his journals deceived me. He says he's brought them back. He says he's given his Dunny brethren new life. But how? How can one man have so much power? How can one man's writings reawaken a dead world? I don't know what this means. By all that is sacred, Tamara, what can it mean? It doesn't change a thing. I can still continue as I planned. I can still seek revenge for my people. I will make my enemies suffer. By the weaving, Tamara, this changes everything. I have found a way to reprogram his scanning device. It requires scavenging parts from another mechanism in the tusk, but I think the gears I leave can still be operated by hand. There's a quick sketch here that shows what you actually need to do with the gears, and a sketch here that is important for a puzzle. It is finished. All is ready for Atrus's arrival. Tonight I will sleep among the ghosts. Then tomorrow I will link into Tamana. When I link out, I'll be carrying his book. May the spirits of my people serve to guide me in this. And then a bunch of blank pages.
Oh, here's going to be a surprise when it's you.
So, and that's kind of the thing of this game. Like, this whole incident with him stealing the book, he did that intentionally, knowing that Atrus was going to follow him. He did it as a way to goad Atrus into coming here. But Atrus didn't come here, we did. So we're stuck with the consequences. And this painting right here...
I'm just going to say it. You got to stop hanging out with Atrus. He's just...
I mean, yeah, right? Like, nothing good happens from this. Another interesting device. This is not actually necessary for a puzzle.
It's just cool.
I mean, like, it sort of is, but there's no information here that actually, like, tells you anything. This sort of does. Over here, we have this, and over here, we have this. The takeaway from this is that 4 of these little crystal balls weigh as much as 1 of these black stone balls. That is important for a puzzle later on. Over here, we see that 1 crystal ball weighs as much as 4 wooden balls. So, by the powers of math, 16 wooden balls are equal to 1 of these metal balls. That is something that we are going to have to know for later. Down here, a lot of pretty stuff, but nothing of any real importance. Right here, we have an elevator. And we can pull this lever. And it's going to lift us up. Love, lift us up where we belong.
And copyright strike.
And copyright strike. Instantaneous. So, he notices that we took the elevator up.
Hey, Chris, is that you? Come to rescue your book so soon? Not yet, old friend. Not yet.
So he's doing something there. And that produced a Fabergé egg.
And then you'll find out you're not Atreus.
Now we can open this door, but we still can't open that door. So we're going to go back down. Now there's a reason that the bottom of that is cut out like that. So that you can see that there is in fact, it's kind of hard to notice, but there is in fact a ladder. So let's hop out. And let's hit that lever from the outside.
Bye-bye, elevator.
Elevator go up the hole. Okay. Can I have my hand back? Thank you. That allows us to get down into this area where he has sabotaged several of these machines. And hold on one second. I need to know. Okay, it's 3 down on that first one. 2 down on that one. And this one, only want the first one. Okay. That is in fact the solution. We'll climb out. We're going to bring the elevator back. And this time, when we hit this, you remember the cage before wrapped around us, but then it snapped back into position. This time it's actually rotating us. So now the elevator's facing the other way. But he escaped using the Fabergé egg, which immediately resets. Okay, well. Let's get that out of the way. And now we've unlocked the bolt holding this door shut. So now we can come and go as we please. That door is going to shut, but it's not going to lock. So we can get in here now from the outside. We don't have to use the elevator. And so we want to look around. Here's something. Cirrus and Achenar. The walls run red with steam and strangling branches. I see their bloated faces laughing at everything. I remember how they lied. I remember what they did. They brought me here to die. I followed them. The lattice roots were black from too much overgrowth. Puffer spores floated up in the hot steam and burst. No one was there to guide the spores to the branches. No one was waiting to perform the ritual weaves. The fighting had torn my people apart. They didn't care. They didn't care. They wanted Narayan to die. So a little bit of backstory about Saavedro there. And we will learn more, increasingly more.
You kind of feel for him.
My sons, I promise to teach you the secrets of my ages. This world is the first step on your journey. Search the island, and you'll find 3 linking books. Each connects to an age in which you must fulfill.
Hello, Atreus. Been a long time. Sorry I'm not there to greet you in person, but I just didn't think it would be wise, considering how long I've been stuck here. Trapped in these lesson ages by 2 very greedy little boys. Your sons, Atreus, Cirrus, and Achenar. Of course, they're not so little anymore, not so innocent. I thought a lot about innocence these last few years and what happens when it gets lost. Worried about relation? I have it. Worried about friends, relatives, people you can't get back. I know just how you feel. But if you want to do something about it, you're going to have to open this device. And there's just one problem. I've changed the 3 symbols that do that. So if you want to reclaim relation, you're going to have to take your own class.
It's really more of a
Find
subtle.
the 3 symbols.
He just reminds me of like
And
the
don't
one
keep me
husband
waiting
from
forever.
Husband Brother.
Yeah, a bit. Like he overacts just a bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the plot. Is that we have 3 symbols that we need to open this up and get to the Fabergé egg, and we have to find those 3 symbols. And in order to do that, we're going to need to use these viewers, and you can't see real well, but we'll focus in a bit. See that symbol right there? It's exactly the same as this symbol right here, but they're not quite matching yet. we want to get them so that they match more or less exactly. And we don't have to be super, super, like, accurate with it, but we do have to be fairly accurate. So, let's make sure here. Okay, that's pretty good. And excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna snap a picture of this on my phone because that's the easiest way to do that. So
Otherwise, you have to screen cap it.
yeah,
Okay.
the solution for like manually doing it is you have to like write it down on a sheet of paper. There's two other things that we have to do as well, but we'll deal with those as we get to them. So we're gonna go down. And we're going to go over to this first tusk. And look at that. There's a little control panel here. Oh, wrong one. Okay. So now we've rolled this ball out of the way. We can open the door. Oh, but there's a problem. As you can see, the floor here is open to a bottomless pit. Well, that's no good. So, back to our little control panel here. Oh, wrong one. One of the things I like about this one is that the puzzles aren't too obtuse. Like you can see, I'm not even getting these right each time, but like, I mean, I kind of know what I'm doing enough to do it. Okay, so we crashed the barrel into that room, and now we can stand on it, which means we can get over to this. And what we want to do is make this look like that picture I took. And like I said, you don't have to be super accurate, but you do have to be kind of accurate. So we want this about there-ish. And the next one out needs to be about there-ish. And this one needs to be about there. And this one about there. Not quite. Oh, phone, cooperate with me here. Come on. Do I have these even in the right order? I do not. Okay, that's why. There we go. I had the first and second swapped around. So we've solved that puzzle, and now we can go to Amateria.
Amateria, a new one?
Yep. And this age is... I love the music here. It's pretty fun. This is one of my favorite of all time Myst stages, actually. Interesting. Very interesting. And while it doesn't look like you can go this way, you actually can. Let's start over here. This age is gorgeous. I love it. Everything about it is just really cool. These stone pillars that look like the Giant's Causeway from Ireland. So we're going to go over here. We're going to head in here. And hey! The memories flood over me too fast. They race around inside my head, filling my soul with despair. And the more I think about how nothing can be done, how no one can be alive outside his shield, the faster the fog rushes in. I can lose myself in the fog. When it's thick enough, I can let go and be safe. I can start to forget. But I must not forget. I must remember every lie they told my people. How they manipulated us all to get what they wanted. They told me they had come to fix my world. They asked me to arrange a meeting with the elders. The books they carried in with them showed other worlds, beautiful places where people didn't have to work so hard to survive. They told my people that Atreus had written these books, that he had written Orion, but that he'd made our world unstable. They said that he wanted to make us slaves to the tree. They asked me, don't you remember, Savedro? Our father wrote this world to teach us, to show his sons what an age shouldn't be. I don't know what to say. I don't know how it could be true. But why would they lie? Why would Atreus have lied? The worlds they showed us in those books. The elders refuse to believe them. They say we cannot abandon the tree. For thousands of years we have tended the lattice roots. Without our traditions, we will die. I don't want us to die. I don't. But Cirrus and Achenar said they would come back, Savedro. Just like Atreus once said to you as well. He said he would come back, but then he didn't. He didn't. And for that, you will have to make him pay.
Like I said, he's kind of a sympathetic sort of villain.
Yeah. So, this is an interesting puzzle.
Especially since I don't like Atreus either.
We're going to pull the lever and whoosh.
I don't like him too much.
So, here we are. Now we're floating on this little platform high above the age, and we can see all this stuff. And we've got these little pegs. And we can drop pegs in. And I'm just going to drop them in randomly. And let's go. Sure. I mean, you got one of those, obviously. Oh, okay. So that one turns counterclockwise, and this one turns clockwise. And you can see that Saavedro has conveniently jammed one of the holes. It happens to be the hole that is the easiest solution to this puzzle. So that ball's gonna come out, and it's gonna come and drop right in this bucket right here.
Something tells me he was jamming certain things into a lot of holes. I mean, he's been there by himself for quite a while.
So since we can't do 2, we're going to do 3. That'll bounce this over to here. And then this one is going to start turning clockwise. So that's going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to want it to go an extra 1, 4. That 4, I believe. That will bounce it over to here, and then we want 1 more. I believe I've got that right. If not, I'm very close to the solution. So the idea is you want the ball, yep, it's going to run around the track here. And now it's going to get stopped. It's going to get shot over. And it's going to go 4 over. And then it's going to go 1. And then it's going to go through that last loop and on the track. Great. Perfect. That is exactly what we want. Okay. So this is solved, and we have a honeycomb code. So hold on a sec, let me snap another picture. So let's show you how this works here. Although I imagine you can guess. We're going to race back under here. Hey, there we go. So 3 codes like that, and we can get up to that place. So I'm going to change gears here. We're going to go around this way, down this extremely narrow staircase. Come on, man. There we go. The staircase can be very disorienting. And now we have a choice of 2 different paths. Well, let's go down this way first. A little hidden elevator. More journal. My attempts to produce a carnivorous hybrid have had limited success. I thought I was making greater progress, but the life that grows in the forest isn't like the plants on Narayan. It's much more tenacious, less susceptible to grafts. Perhaps if I try mixing in species from the swamp? Random picture. And then more stuff from before here. And if we step out onto this rock... Oh, look at that. 3 pieces of wood and 1 piece of crystal, which, as we know, is equal to 4 pieces of wood by itself. So that's 7 wood. Weight equivalent. That is, of course, an important clue. And an easy one to miss. Let's go over here. Ooh, this is interesting, isn't it? So here we have 3 slots and another lever. Let's fire this up. Okay. Okay, so this changes our pivot point. So obviously this is a weight-based puzzle. And before we had 7 wood, and here we have 4 more. So that's 11 wood. And when we hit the trigger thing, okay, it makes the ball. Ah, okay. So we can see what the puzzle is. We just need an appropriate counterweight. That is not something that we can handle from here. We're going to have to go down here. To this little shed. And this is a cute little Japanese place. And look at Saavedra's handiwork. He has smashed more of the counterweights. So we have 2 wood, 2 crystal, and 2 metal. From that, it is impossible to hit 11. If you count each one of these as 4 and each one of these as 16, then it's impossible to hit 11 from that. And we already have 4 wood on this counterweight that we can't remove. So we're going to have to hit a target of 22. That's twice 11. So 22 minus the 4 we already have is going to be 18. One of these is 16. 17. 18. And then with the 4 down there, that should be enough. Now, you will notice that we are leaving one of these spaces open. That's fine. We've made the weight count, and that's what matters. We just need the weight balanced correctly. We don't need to fill the entire counterweight with space. But remember that we need the fulcrum to be closer to the higher weight. So we're going to move the fulcrum over there, because in that shed is where our 22 weight is. This one is an 11 weight. This should work. Okay. And it does. Now, what these are telling us is what order we need to do these puzzles in later. Which, I mean, spoiler alert, we're going to have to do these puzzles again. But for right now, all we really need is that honeycomb code. So let's snap another picture. There we go.
You need the honey dip.
Yes. Okay. 2 down. Only 1 more to go on this world. We're just cruising along. Now, I'm going to go down here because it's the fastest way to get to where we're going. Also because this cave is really cool. Hey, and there's another one of Saavedra's paintings. It shows Cirrus and Achenar laughing as the people of Narayan are fighting and Saavedra's caught in the middle. Now, somewhere around here there is a stairway up. Or we can just continue on this way. I'll just continue on this way. Yeah, there we go. And there. We want to get over to there. So let's go back down here, actually. I think this is the only way. There we are. There's the stone ladder that takes us up to the top of this. And then down to yet another little puzzle thing. So how does this work exactly? Ah, okay. So I'm sure that's clear as mud to everybody else, but I've done this a couple of times. So basically what we want is to make it so that the right tone plays for each one of these gates. And I know you didn't hear a tone. But I assure you there is one. So we're going to race down here. Okay. So we want to go straight to this one. This one's right in the middle. There's two over there, two more over there. So this is the first one that the ball is going to go through. And then it's going to come down here and go over here.
Do the puzzles change at all from playthrough to playthrough?
No, they're always the same.
Okay.
They're not randomized. These are all intentionally built.
So, spoilers, I guess.
I mean, if you come and watch an LP of a Myst game, like, I think you should expect spoilers.
But you didn't disclaim it.
I did not.
And you should.
And so we just follow the path that the ball is going to take, setting what we hope is the correct tone for each unit. I'm fairly certain that that is all it takes.
Oh.
Fairly certain. It's been years since I've played this. I might have fucked this up a little bit, but
yeah, we'll see.
let's go ahead and see. And see, the ball being passed through on the control dial hits those buttons and turns off the corresponding tone in sequence. The ball rolls freely. It goes through each one of them. We are good. And there's another code for the honeycomb machine. The last one, in fact. Oh, and there's another... Yes, I did. There's another set of Saavedra's journal. Focus, Saavedra. You must not let the fog come and swallow you. There are long spells, I think, days, maybe months at a time, when I can't remember what I've done. The fog grows so thick around me, even if I hold my hand in front of my eyes, I barely see it. I strain and strain and strain, but nothing sticks. I think his sons came to visit us twice on Narayan. The first time, Atris asked me to meet them. He told me they would come through the book. He says they will not understand how your words fit together, but they will use them to open the shield. Narayan, he says, is where their lessons come from. Narayan is the sum of what they must learn. I remember. Tamara was carving a spirit mask into the tree the day the boys arrived. She tugs my sleeve to get attention, points at a glide ship in the sky. I am shocked by how young the boys appear. They look so much like their father, yet they are different somehow, too. They're more impatient, and they are angry not to be treated like men. I take them to our home. I tell them I will teach them how to care for it. I say, together we will encourage the lattice tree to grow tall. They ask me why they have to work so hard. They tell me, no, Saavedra, that was later. That was after Atris took them away. You know this because when you see them saying these things, they are older. Their faces have become angled and hard. They have grown up into men, and something dark is in their eyes. They tell you they've come back to fix Narayan. Interesting.
I feel for this guy. I really do.
I mean, yeah, don't feel too badly for him, though, because he is a murdering psycho.
He is nuts. Don't get me wrong. He is fucking batshit.
And I say that because, like, almost all of the bad endings for this game has multiple endings, as did Riven. Almost all of the bad endings are Saavedra kills you.
Yeah, but I mean, look where he's been.
The guy is not mentally stable.
No, so. Far from it.
It doesn't matter which order you put these honeycomb codes in, but each one has to be a different code. And we have all three of them, so hold on, let me see what my other two are. Pretty cool. There we go. That's all three. And now we can enter into the center part. And holy shit, this looks complicated, doesn't it? You would not be able to pay me enough to actually walk up these stairs.
Me either.
Holy crap, these look like...
They look
Jesus. Like, Atris, OSHA would have your ass for this. But there's a little chair here. And a little message from the man himself.
What's the matter, Atris? Can't remember how things work? Yet you explained this class so well when we first spoke of it in Orion. I want Cirrus and Akanar to learn everything they can, Saavedra. First from Amateria, Idana, Voltaic, and finally from Narayan. When my boys come to see your people, I want them to see Narayan's traditions at work so they can see how civilization can balance an age. Do you know what they did when they finally came to us? past was over, you took your boys away, and you never came back. Cirrus and Achenar did.
Yeah. So, I mean, Exhibit A in Atris is a really fucking bad father.
Yeah. See, this is why I really, I feel for this guy. Even though he's, plumb crazy and will kill you at first sight, I feel it's kind of justified.
Oh, yeah.
He's been through some shit.
So here we are. We are now flying in that top module of that thing. And look at this nonsense. We have to make sense of this. So, here's the way this works. This is an in. These little symbols, they go to an out. So we have to make a path that will take us from each one of these to each other one of these. And we have to know which one to start with and which one to end up on. And yeah, that can be difficult. And see, these show us which one we want to start with. So if I start with blue, that won't work. If I start with red, that won't work. What if I started... Okay, there's no configuration that we can make where red's output goes to anything. So we have to end on red. So that tells us at least that much. So... Alright. And I don't think that there's any combination that we can make that will allow us to get to blue's start. So I think blue's start has to be the first one. So out from blue's exit, go around to yellow, yellow to here. I think that's it. Let's try it. Oh, we must have gotten it right.
It wouldn't start if it...
It starts differently if you don't have it right. Hang on, guys, because we're the ball.
I'm going for a rat.
Aren't you glad we solved all these puzzles previously?
This part is kind of fun.
Yeah, this is great.
It's like a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
You would not want to be on it. Like, seriously. there's nothing keeping you in place except for dumb luck. Like, there's no guard, just nothing. You're just on two, like, you're gonna fall into the ocean if you're really on that thing.
Yup. Okay. Now you might be saying to yourself, but we had 4 start and end points, and we only had 3 puzzles. Well, obviously, this is the last. Okay. And thankfully, the game sketches this out for us. That was Amateria. It's pretty awesome. I love that age. It's one of the best. And the overarching lesson, remember, these are lesson ages. The overarching lesson that we should be learning there is about how different things impact each other and like how they all function together. Sure, let's pretend we actually understood that. So now we have a symbol.
Not so easy, is it, Atris? Running like a rat through a maze, looking for some sign that'll help you save your world. Is it over here? Is it over there? Is it someplace I can't find? Cirrus and Achenar didn't care about saving Narayan. All that talk about fixing instabilities, rewriting the age so that we would be free to live our lives, that was just talk, to hide the truth of why they had come. But we believed their lies, Atris. So we abandoned our traditions, forgetting that those traditions were keeping Narayan alive. And when the last tree started to die, I followed them here to tell them what they had done. And they laughed. They said they would never fix Narayan. They said that they had already taken everything it had worth saving. So, my dear old friend, Atris, I brought you to this place where your education begins. Find the remaining 2 symbols and then come see what your boys did to Narayan.
So yeah, he's a little angry. Some therapy might help him. So that's the first stage, but we have others. Where is this one? Ah, there it is. We want to match the bird symbol here. You gotta position this so carefully. about there.
I'm gonna do that thing I do.
Okay. Okay. So that looks about good. And I'm going to do that thing that I do, which is take a picture with my phone. And click. All right. Onward to our second age of the game. And I don't know if I'll be able to finish the entire game tonight, but that's okay. Run across the lagoon here, and have over here, and the thing, and the thing, and let's do stuff. And okay, so we need to get across to that door. Now, we've already gotten this guy out. And that's half the fun right there. And if we grab this thing, see, it amplifies sound because of its shape. And that noise that that little critter makes these things puff up. Because, like, I mean, obviously, like, that's exactly what you would expect. That's how nature works. No need to mess with the floor in here. But we do need to mess with this, the constellation puzzle. Well, it's more like a clock puzzle, but you know what I mean. So, we want this one about here, this one about there, this one about here, and this one about there. Perfect. They do give you some leeway. You don't have to have it exact. This is Idana. It's an interesting age. From the outside, it appears to just be a big rock spiral or spire in the middle of the ocean. But it's actually much more. So here we are. And we can see that there's a linking book to Jananen over there. So that's our goal. It's a lovely day. You got these things? Okay. Oops. Whoa. That's not creepy and disorienting. Okay. Oh. That over there is a Boyd. It's feeding its babies some kind of purple fruit. off it goes. Digging the music here too. This is pretty slick. But we're gonna climb up here. And we're gonna operate these vines like they were a machine. Now, this actually gives us access to a linking book back to Jananan if we wanted to abandon what we've done so far in this world and just do something else for a while. We're going to open up this sunflower thing, and I'm going to shine some light on this. And then that pod bursts from the heat, the fluid gets sucked up, and there we go. Race back, and now we can take this vine down. And I might have missed a journal page up there. I don't remember, but no big deal if we did. They're not required for completion of the game. They're just extra backstory. So we're going to go down here. And now we're getting deep into this thing, and there's a whole jungle down here. Look at this thing. That thing's cool. It's like a stingray squid. And it's electric. Sure. Sure, why not? Why wouldn't it be electric? Just be as electric as hell. I mean, that's just logic. That's normal. Somewhere around here I know there's a journal page. Somewhere. Ah, there we are. I have desecrated the poem he placed in the columns. I could no longer stand to see Narayan's artistry in his worlds. I think I can do something with sap to cover the second one, but I'm not sure what to do about the island. I don't know how to alter the current. Perhaps if I bring in some of the unusual floating stone from Amateria? Something about the molecular composition of the rock in that age causes it to attract and repel other stone quite forcefully. Maybe if I introduce some of it to the soil on the island, it will interfere just enough to damage the last poem. I will have to conduct some experiments. And this is just him talking about how he plans to, fuck things up. Sorry, little guy. Guess you kind of got sucked up in that. Well, I mean, it seems like something that's beyond my pay grade, so, what in the holy hell is that? Okay. So, that was weird. Let's just keep going here. Okay. So, these leaves, when exposed to light, things. And now we have the option, we can either swing over there or over here. Let's swing over here. And this looks like a thing. Okay. Now you might think to yourself, we want this trap to land right on this thing, to capture something. We actually don't. We don't want this thing to capture anything. We want this thing to spook something so that it runs away. But it won't attract jack shit unless we're not standing next to it. So, little guy comes out. We trigger the trap, but he gets missed, so he goes over to there. No, I have no idea how Savedro planned to get that set up, or how that was intended to work. Let's just pretend it makes sense. So we're going to take a swing, like Tarzan. And now, right over here, it's so disorienting sometimes. This provides us with a way back so that if we want to return out of this age, we can. We won't need it, but we are going to do that. And then I want to say down here there's another one of the journal pages somewhere, so I'm being kind of careful. You okay there? Oh, Jesus. That pitcher plant ate a bird. That pitcher plant ate a bird. So, that's a thing. Also, that bird is a lot bigger than probably previously estimated. I'm going to go down here. And hey, another one of his paintings. This shows Cirrus and Akinar coming to Narayan and showing them all these other worlds and stuff. Savedro off to the side, looking worried. This will be a little easier to see if we put a little light on the subject. So there. Now we have two different paths that we can take. Let's first go down this way. I don't remember which one is the correct one, so, you know, bear with me. There's these big orchids. We're going to skip that first one and go over to this other one, because this one's in the sunlight. And you see, it produces a powerful glare. And what we want to do, since we can't actually hit anything over there, we want to have it shine its light on this orchid. And then use this orchid if you can see it, to activate that thing. Because remember, those branches like sunlight. And climb back up here. There's really no journal pages around here? I thought there was. Oh, whatever. Like I said, it's been years, so if I miss a journal page, then you guys will just have to wonder what madness Savedro was rambling about when he wrote whatever page I missed. So what we want to do is we're going to pull that thing, that Manta Thulu thing. We're going to pull him down here. We want to burst this so that it spits out into this little reservoir. The roots go up to that plant. Fun fact here, by the way, the first time that I played this game, I had a monitor that was so dark that you physically could not get the brightness settings correct enough to see this extra path in the darkness. So I always missed this and could only complete the game through blind clicking.
20 years, Beatrice. 20 long years alone. They tied me to a post. They burned their Myst blinking books in front of me. They took everything I had. My wife. My 2 baby girls. And then, when I finally made it back to Narayan and I saw, it would have been better if I had died.
These messages, by the way, they're not random, but they're not fixed either. They always play in the order you find them in. So if we found this one first, it would have been the first message that we got from Amateria. So we're going to go over here. And up this shroom-filled nonsense world. And then there's 2 branching paths. Let's continue up first. Okay. So we can see that this thing is pointed right at the bulb that we need to degooify. So it's just a question of how do we get light to it. And here's a journal page that they put behind you. The book sits on the floor of the tusk, its swirling panel reaching tentacle-like arms out to grab me. I want to close my eyes, to shut out these false illusions before they suck me into the fog. I do not want those swirling arms to touch me. Why? Why am I so afraid of his book? I want to remember. I must. I think this man may have come to our village, but he was younger then, dark-haired, tall, wearing those strange flowing brown robes. He carried a book in his hands then, too, and he's always using it, always writing down notes. His eyes are covered by thick glasses, but his face is warm and friendly. He tells me his name. He says it's Atris. I remember now. His name is Atris. Atris says he's come to our village from a faraway place because he wanted to learn about the tree. He says he'll only stay a while. Doesn't want to stop our endless labors. He says he wants to help, if we will let him. Oh, Tamara, why did we let him? Keep writing, Savedro. Write everything down. This Atris stayed with us for months. I taught him how to trim the delicate lattice roots, how to splice old and new growths together so the walls of our houses will grow strong. I tell him the traditions of the weave, How by using the spores to support the growing branches, we keep the lattice tree alive. He wants to learn everything I know. He wants Narayan to survive. I take him to the rift, to where the sea flows through gaps in the world. Steam flows up from the waterfall. The puffer spores are ready to take flight. We stand in the shadows of dusk and watch the spores begin to rise. He says they look like pearls against the sky. Then he points to one of the spores. It's smaller than the rest, small enough to fit the niche we'd woven into the branches that morning. Its skin is milky white, with just the faintest touch of pink. That one, Atris said. That should support your new daughter's room perfectly, I think. I remember I nodded. Then I raised my pipe and played. Atris stood beside me, holding his breath as my song drew the hollow spore in close. As soon as it was near, he threw the net and dragged it in. This is what I remember. This is why I said he could send me his sons. So, yeah. And I got turned around because that one is behind you for some reason. This over here is a way to get deeper into the forest. But we can't use that just yet because we need to get a goddamn map. Where the hell am I? Okay, here. So we're gonna go back here. And oh, we need to go. Is it over here again? Possibly this one? Nope. Okay. Alright, so Mashi needs to think for a second. How do make plant go? Alright. Okay, so there's... It's hard to tell. But there's a staircase up there to an iris that I think is in the sunlight. So, I need to find out how to get to that. It's not through this, because this takes you further down. And there's not a path there. Oh, it looks like it's connected to it. Hold on. Ah, sorry, guys. Just another couple hours of me clicking randomly through this stupid... Okay, yeah, you can just walk right out to this. Okay. And we're going to put this so that it shines on that. But now we have to go back to that one that's actually in the sunlight. Yes, this means more clicking around in this stupid tree. Trust me, though, like, I mean, there's probably a big payoff to all this. I mean, it's not like the game designers would make you run around for hours in a maze and not reward you, right? Okay, so... Okay. That one can't reach it, but I'll bet you this one can. If we can just find it. Okay. Oh, you know what, though? There's another one. Yeah. There we go. And now Electric Joe here will electric the thing, and the bird can go. But we need to go back down there, so we're going to shine that back. And for the last time, I promise, we're going to go back up here. Down here. Hey, Joe. And zip on over this leaf. And this time we're going this way. There. Now that we've freed the bird, we can go deeper into the jungle. We could have done this anyway, but like we wouldn't have been able to progress very far. That bird needs to be freed for us to do what we need to do. So we're down here now. We're in the deep part of the jungle. Okay. That was creepy and weird. But that's how you get back. So anyway, we're going to go over here. Now we have our option. We can go either this way or nowhere because we can't actually go anywhere else. Yeah. So, okay, well, we'll go this way. And here, I think we have the choice. We can go... Nope. Oh, yes, we do. Well, we'll go this way. So there's a big thing down here in the swamp. It's good to know. Good to know. further in, we see there's very little sunlight that makes it down through here. We're going to shine a bit of sunlight on that thing. So as now those little stalks on it are raised up. Though we don't understand the significance of that just yet. Yeah, did not mean to do that, sorry. There is an alternate path here. Somewhere. There we go. So here we see another one of those pods, but it's open. And it's got that weird purple fruit that we saw earlier. And is that journal pages that I saw down there? Kind of looks like them, but it's not letting me grab them, so I'm assuming that that's not. It's probably just... Alright. So we hit that. That's going to block the sunlight. And blocking the sunlight sealed up that pod. Because, I mean, sure, why not? Why not at this point? That's gross and vaguely sexual in a disturbing way. It's really hard to find pathways, by the way, down here. So if you see me spinning around, like, futilely looking for stuff, like, I'm probably just looking for where the magic point is that it'll let me move to. So we're going to spray those spores up, and it makes those things fly away. And here we are. The final painting is almost done. It's been hard to work in the heat, but he must see everything that happened. As he follows the instructions I have left him, he will feel the pain I've suffered. If he doesn't, perhaps both of us will die. This tube actually leads us inside that other plant. And you can see that it's all open because it's got these bugs flying around and the sunlight and all this stuff. It's all of that's necessary to get it to release spores. And releasing spores is what alerts the bird, which will grab it as food. How exactly Saavedro rigged all of this up to work, like, every time that he went here, like, is beyond me. Kinda seems like bullshit.
It's his movie magic.
Yeah, basically. And that bird looks like an animatronic, even though it's CGI. And that thing looks like a Pokemon. Like, let's be honest. Yep. Honk. So, we're gonna just kinda shimmy-shang our way out of here. And look at that. The vines form another symbol. Great. Fantastic. Back to the Tusk. Symbol number 2 down. So we've opened that up, but we don't have any way to reach it.
This what you expected, actress? When you followed me here, hoping to reclaim relation? Is this classroom what you expected to find? I read your journal, you know. In Tamana, after I found your linking book abandoned outside this observatory, I read all about the Dunning. How you started their world again. Can you really do that, Atris? After everything that's happened to Narayan, could you start their world over again? I don't think so. I think there's too much blood on our hands, too many ghosts.
Too much blood on our hands, too many
Sure,
ghosts.
you can't change that with a pen stroke. One more symbol, Atris. Narayan is waiting.
The real problem is that there's too much time on our hands. Too much time on our hands.
Well, that's not where it goes. You're supposed to use that on chicken or fish.
Boo. So, need to focus this a little better so that I can see what I'm doing. This weird leaf symbol with the thing, which, spoiler alerts, it's a boat or airship or something. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. It's kind of hard to see because of the glare. But as I said before, it doesn't actually need to be perfect. It just needs to be reasonably close. So, time to solve our last puzzle. And we started solving this, actually. Remember the lamps? How we were bouncing light from one to another? And this one is pointing at that green one over there. If we move it, now it's not pointing to anything. So we actually want it pointing at that other one. There. To green. So, let's run over to green. And I haven't shown you this part of the map yet, but if you go over here, you see there's a door with a 5-number lock on it and this weird projector thing. So we need to get the light to shine on that to show us what the code is to enter that. Weird needle rock thing. It's kind of cool. We're just using this as a conduit here. We're passing through. And across the rope bridge. And we want the green one. Ah! But it should be pointing at, yes, red. So you may be asking yourself, how does this help us with the code thing? No, not me.
What? No. You're fine. You don't need more food.
Okay, so that's yellow. So we're gonna have to make sure to figure out which lights are which. Like you'll see what I mean in a second. But we're gonna go up here to this yellow one. And I'm blind. Yes, hi, Starling. He's gonna shine it over here to this purple one, which is currently shining it out to sea. And he is gonna shine it to that red one. And that should do it. Just make sure. And you'll notice that one of these sides is blanked out. Yeah. So there we go.
Sterling, do not unplug Daddy's computer.
All the lights are working. And if we run over to the door, you'll see now that those buttons actually are associated with a color. But, you may say, what's the code? Like, we haven't got the code, we just have the colors lit up. Au contraire. We have the code. Because, if you go back to the source, it shines on this yellow one, which in turn shines on this blue one, and so on and so forth. So the code is going to be yellow, blue, hold on. Get over here. Green, red, yellow, purple, red. Yellow, blue, green, yellow, red. Wait. No. Yellow, blue, green, purple, yellow, red. No. Yellow, green, blue, yellow, purple, red. Yellow, blue, green. Red, yellow, purple, red. There we go. Okay. So, I'm an idiot, but that's how you solve that. That is, you use the little colored marbles to figure it out. And this puzzle, we're familiar with how to solve this. We've got to do, it looks like this one here-ish. This one here-ish. this one here-ish, and this one there-ish. Works. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voltaic, the last of the 3 major ages in Myst III. We will be going to Narayan, but there's not much to see there. More than in Tamana, but not a ton. So here is Voltaic, and this is the most traditional Myst-y looking place of the 3 ages. Narayan's age was all about nature and interoperative structures and stuff. Amateria was about how mechanics and something. This one is about power and energy. So we have a little cottage here, but we can't get into it. This is our goal. We need to get inside this. So we're going to go down here. And there's journal pages. It is coming back to me, slowly, the knowledge of who I am, how long I have been trapped here. So much of it is blurry, whole blocks of time still floating in the fog that eats my mind. But if I concentrate, I get pieces of it back. It was the dream that first helped me remember. I was lying in the reeds near the tusk. I don't know for how long or how I got here. I am staring at the sky, seeing a man grow out of the cliff. First his head, then his shoulders, then his torso. Sunlight rims his body like a halo. I cannot move. I think that death has finally come for me. The man stands on the cliff with a book in his hand, staring down at the lagoon as if something made him sad. I wanted to call out to him, to tell him it was me he's come to find. But my mouth is dry. I can't remember any words. And before I think to stand, he opens his book, puts his hand on the page, and fades to dust. I thought he was a dream. It was only later, hours or weeks later, that I find his swirling book atop the cliff. And when I reach down to grab it, it is real. The fog tried to swallow me then and there, but I held on to the firm reality of the book and did not let it. I did not let the numbness steal my mind. So, yeah. This little walkway down here splits off into 2 areas.
Sterling, you have
A door we cannot open.
and you do not need traits.
Sterling always needs treats.
No, he does not. He's already kind of a pork.
Yes, I agree. And this place, whatever this is. So here's a diagram. Clear as mud. If we climb up here, we can see... Okay, so we have a dam that we can move. To what end? We're not sure. If we continue down here... Oh, but look! One of these glass panes is broken. So now, that will make a difference, I assure you. But
What? What?
can't get through there.
Are you going to keep screaming at me till you...
Can't get in there because it's flooded. Okay.
You're fine.
Well,
Sterling, you're
we
fine.
know how to fix the flooding problem. And we see that all the paddles on that are... Oh. So we're going to close that off. But now with those paddles extended, it moves, generating something. And we have a thing lit up on our diagram that we don't understand what it is.
Could you please just sit down and behave for 5 minutes?
And here we have a thing. Oh, but we can't activate it. Why not? It's because the thing is spinning. So we actually have to go back up here, move the water again, and close those paddles. I know, pain in the ass.
Why did you open it in the first place?
To demonstrate what would happen if I did. So now we close them. We go back up here, remove the water, because this is a common mistake that you can make when solving this puzzle, is to think that you just need to turn on the little paddle wheels, if you notice them at all. So now it's not spinning, but this is no longer flooded. So we can go over here to this machine and crank it into place.
Show me, you ridiculous monster.
There we go. So now that's in place. All we need to do is go back here. We flip those out and it immediately is going to catch. So now we have two things lit up. And this door is lit up. And this thing is spinning. It actually makes you spin like this. It's both neat and nauseating in equal measures. Now, I'm not one to call bullshit here, Myst III, but like the width of this and the width of this don't add up. This could not possibly have fit in that space. Like, that's just, I mean, it would clip through the ladder. Let's see what Nutjob has to say.
This morning I woke up and I couldn't picture Tannerai's face. The little line at the corner of her lip that pulls her whole
I refed Captain
she
Porter.
smiles,
Oh, okay.
flutter in her eyelashes. I tried so hard to picture her in my mind, put her down on paper as if that might bring her back. I couldn't do it. Beatrice, I'm not you.
So that is why the picture of the woman in his little lair does not have a face, because he couldn't remember what she looked like. And again, I just, you know,
You feel sorry for him, though.
well, I mean, yeah, but like what I was going to say is like I really want Fantasy OSHA to get on Atris's ass, because holy shit, like this is like a huge pit with like I'm walking on basically dinner plates or medieval shields. Like, this does not seem safe. Like, some kid is gonna come running down these. They're gonna slip and break an ankle, and they're gonna sue Atris. They're gonna sue you, and you're gonna
It'll be funny.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
So here we are. Dunny numbers. We remember these, right? From Riven. Joy. So, this is an interesting puzzle. We have to make these line up top to bottom. See, all of these need to match. Like there has to be. Whoa, I'm not done there, game. There has to be a complete unbroken line from all of these to all of these. And I don't think that's possible with this middle configuration. So let's move that. See if that makes a difference. Okay, I feel confident we can make this work. There we go. So this is perfect. Except for one thing. You may notice nothing's happening. We have to make this work on all of these. All of these need to line up correctly. And you see, this one doesn't. Not even close. Okay, now this one lines up. How badly did we screw up this one? Pretty badly. Okay, that one's working again. And this one. But this one doesn't work now. Okay. I don't think that that's possible. I think that we screwed up either the top or the bottom. Probably the top. Mostly top. This one's got one on the far side here that I think is going to be key. Because I don't think there's many configurations of these that put something in that far side configuration.
Oh, I'm so glad it's making the most soothing sound on the time.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
It doesn't make me, like, cringe every time I hear it.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that that bottom is now correct. By the way, there is an easy way to solve this. Make the first one work, and then go to the last one and make that one work, and that will usually line up everything because of, you know, how you do it. Okay. but I've messed around with it, so that's no longer the case. There we go. Okay. When you have it right, that will clamp shut.
It'll make the ka-chunk ka-chunk.
Yes. And we're going
It'll
to
be
race
done with
back
that
out of here.
Squeaky metal noise.
Yes. We're done with the squeaky metal noise. We're going to race back out of here.
Don't race too hard. You don't want to trip, stumble, and break an ankle, except to Sue Atreus.
So now we have a lot of things lit up. We have book or wingsuit, spring. We do not have Mothman. I don't know what any of that means. I mean, I do, but like, you know, come on, guys. I'm acting for your benefit here. So
You're trying to be funny?
yeah. So there we go. We have solved. I mean, it rarely does, honestly.
Gotcha.
We have solved some of the problem here. We've restored power to all of the devices in here, except for, like I said, the Mothman thing. We need the Mothman thing to work. Now, out here, we have a little elevator. Which seems ridiculously over-designed with that stupid spiral thing, but whatever. Okay. There, we've got the Stargate. What? Never mind. We had the Stargate Iris open, but it immediately closed on us. Oh, journal page. I see it all so clearly now. So clear without the fog to sweep it away. How the young men in the village didn't want to listen to the elders. How they stand together at the back of the room, a growing knot of anger twisting inside them. Why should we abide by your rules, old men? They scream. You have no life inside you left to live. You gave it up decades ago to the tree. Tamara wants to take the children home. She doesn't like the way the tempers are rising. Do something, Saavedro, she whispers. Tell them to stop shouting and make them listen. Tell them. What, my love? Tell them what? That their young lives do not belong to them alone? That our people are meant to be slaves to our world? Cirrus and Achenar can see the confusion they're creating. I catch them looking at faces, measuring which men are most dissatisfied. Later they will approach these men in secret. They will urge the malcontents to boycott our rituals. They will prey on their youth and dissatisfaction. And the young men will begin forming gangs. They will throw off our traditions, rise against the elders, and follow the brothers. Riots will start, and the tree will be neglected. Oh, Tamara, it's all so obvious now, but why couldn't I see it at the time? Every lie the brothers told, every whisper made to put themselves in power, and when our world started collapsing around us, why didn't I see how Cirrus and Achenar didn't care? They never believed the truth behind our traditions. They never understood the work we had to do. They only knew that time had come to leave. And when they did leave, they left their linking book behind, knowing I would use it to chase after them. They lured me to this world, tied me up, and left me to die here, because I didn't stop them when I should have. This is all building off of Myst I, if you haven't noticed, where Cirrus and Achenar destroyed all of Atreus' worlds. I mean, probably pretty obvious at this point, but... So, this is an airship. Don't get too excited. It's much lamer than it sounds. We're going to go in here. And we've got a couple of different paths we can take. We can't get out, actually, to that, because the bridgeway is destroyed. But okay. Let's go ahead and climb up here and see what we can get to. Ooh, more pages. The cavern wall is almost ready. For weeks I have been polishing it, rubbing away at the cracks to obtain a smooth surface. I haven't been able to sleep much these last weeks. I was afraid I might never wake up, but if I can make him see all that happened, if I can show him the pain his family caused, it will be worth it. Tomorrow I begin mixing the paints. Let's roll this thing around. Yeah. Yeah. And here we are on Dinosaur Ribcage Bridge. This looks very safe, by the way. Nice view. But let's head over here. And we're going to flip that and open that up. Easy enough. Hey. Here we go. We are in a vent. Why are we in a vent? Well, why wouldn't we be in a vent? This is that door that we couldn't open before. And again, this machine has been sabotaged. So we're going to do that. And don't ask me to explain how this machine works, because while I do understand how it works, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to go in here, and you can see that the floor looks like molten lava, which is very good to walk on. And you can switch which side this gear is on, or you can move it up and down. Well, that seems bad. No, that's not what I meant to do, but that's okay. You're just gonna do what you want. Over here, by the way, we get a mural of Narayan burning while Cirrus and Achenar flee. But I think we have already accomplished what we wanted to do. I'm going to move that back. And we're going to go up. And move this over. There we go. That did it. And now we can get to this. And you can hear something is running. Why this machine has to be this complicated, I have no clue.
For funsies.
So we get out of here. And put that magma back. I believe that is everything we need to do. Because we got the machine turned on. Now we're going to run down here again. No handrail because Atreus doesn't believe in safety or sanity. And just look at the size of these ladders here. Like look at that. Like, and look at this shit. Like, Jesus Christ, Atreus. Like, somebody's going to break their neck. And you can see now that we have steam coming out. So, and some of these are jammed because, of course. Oh, did I do wrong? Nope, I did right. So, what we're doing here, first of all, we're closing all of these. Okay, what made you think that I wanted to go down from that game? Hold on. So we actually need to go up and up. Because there's more of these. So I'm just closing all of them right at the moment. So that red line's our pressure. But we don't want red-lined pressure because that's too much pressure. There's actually a line right here that shows us where we want it. But this blue section right here is too weak pressure-wise to operate the elevator. Yellow can get you up to the second floor, but not the third. We needed it in the red to get all the way up here. Now, each one of these levels gives us a different amount of pressure. The first level gives us like 10, and then the second level gives us like 4 or 5, and then this last level gives us only 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We should be able to do that and hit that exactly by keeping one of these capped and 2 of these capped. And now there shouldn't be enough to get us up. Oh, I guess there just barely was. Because we're right on the line. Well, whatever. We'll go all the way down. And now we're going to release all of these. And that puts us right on that line. But you see, we can't go up because we don't have enough pressure. So now that we have that perfect, we're going to open the steam valve, and that's going to fill the envelope of our airship. And it wants to go forward. But it's blocked. Now, race back over here. And, you know, needless to say, if you trip and fall, you are fucking dead. Like, H's, you're a terrible architect. Okay. And we're going to go to this, and we're going to throw this switch. And we already saw that this will open this up. And the airship is stuck on this guy wire here, so like it can't go anywhere but on its predetermined path. So it's really more of a rail car. But you also notice that it hinged us away, and I do want to point out that the wiring there makes no sense because it just kind of bends there. But we're going to hit the release for the brake and take a relaxing gondola ride through this canyon. This is very pretty. And it's going to take us past our little water wheel thingy. Okay. And throw this lever. And things are happening. We saw in his journals that he was going to bring some of the floating stones from Amateria somewhere. This is where. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I'd expect too. Up we go.
That light is flickering.
And here we are. Only this time, this door has power. And this is all that's in here. But if we look at that, oh look, the floating rocks form another thing. That's our final, excuse me, final symbol. And right here, our passageway back to the tusk. Now we're not done. Not quite. Oh, hey, Mephris. Didn't know you were watching. Let's drop our third symbol onto the machine. And it makes a bridge out to the Fabergé egg.
You've done well, my sons, but there's still one task ahead of you. The linking book you see here connects to an age called Narayan. It's a very delicate age, where civilization has emerged in response to the world's imbalances. It's also the first inhabited age I'm sending you to alone. But don't be afraid. The knowledge you've acquired here will show you the way in. Use it and see all that Narayan has to offer.
Okay.
And this is where you save it.
So, this is Narayan. It's kind of a shitty age. And yes, this is indeed where we're going to save it. So, we have these weird little things. They sound like cats. We have these banners that have various symbols. And we have a stairway going up. Nice dress, dude.
What? You're not. Where is he? Look, I know he's here. I have his book. So where is he? He didn't come. I take relation from him, and he sends you instead. Idiot. You actually thought this would work. You thought that you could force him into coming here, fixing things? Why? Why would he rewrite Narayan? Because of your messages? Because of your paintings? Look at your world. Look at what's left of it. When are you gonna get it through your thick skull that you do not matter to him?
God, he sounds like he went through a rough breakup, eh?
Yeah, seriously.
We're stuck here, you know. The linking book back to Chananan is gone. Left behind when I linked out of Atris' study. And as for getting in to Ryan, look around you. This chamber is the only way in. And Atris installed some kind of shield, and I have never been able to get past it. Not once in all these years. So you're just as stuck here as I am. At least until I open this book and I show Atris what it's like to watch your friends and relatives die. If you do find a way out of here, I suggest that you think very carefully about using it. Because the one thing I know about linking books, the doors they open don't close behind you.
So yeah, he's a bit insane.
But again, I feel it's justified. So justify it.
So we're gonna solve in like 10 minutes what he couldn't do in ages. But first, we're gonna do what every good hero does and annoy this guy.
Also known as let's die a bunch of times.
I thought you could kill yourself by like knocking on his door too many times. So I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a very slight humming. Like we just turned on the power here. Okay, well I guess that way isn't one of the deaths. I remember it being possible to kill yourself by like knocking on the door too many times.
I think that was the other game.
But this thing works now. And it has a strange code. If we turn this, then this one works. And it has 3 codes. So, what are the answers? If you look through Atris's journal, blah, 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 he's very long-winded, but you will notice that he has a few bold print phrases in here. Energy powers future motion. Nature encourages mutual dependence. Dynamic forces spur change. If you look at these, you will see nature, energy, force, mutual, so on and so forth. So the idea is, on this panel right here, you want to put in those phrases. Now, part of this is actually like done for you, or at least a hint towards what it should look like is provided, because these symbols actually contain 2 of the words, and it's 2 different words on each one, but 2 of the words that are appropriate for that phrase. It doesn't matter which one goes where, but it has to be the correct phrasing. Now, the key thing here about these is that they show you what order the words go in, because like obviously, like, you know, they could go like this, or they could go like this, or they could even go like that. So like this shows you what the order is to put them in. But I'm a dirty cheater.
I'm gonna look it up. No, this part's actually just annoying.
It's I'm just going to real quickly grab the if I can find the.
You should be able to.
Doesn't have the pictures. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and punch in. And you have to have this exactly the way the game wants it, which is not necessarily the way that makes sense upon reading the clues. But trust me, this one works. If I can get my phone to stay open. Come on here.
Oh.
And then nope, this is wrong. This one. I don't think it actually matters. But we'll do it how this guide says. Which I don't feel bad for looking this up because I've already explained what the logic is. So, like, obviously I know how to solve this.
It's
I'm
just
just
a lot
lazy.
it's just a lot of copying and
Yeah, it would require a lot of taking pictures of various things. Now there is another phrase in Atrus's journal. Okay, so that one's working. Why is this one not working? What did I do wrong here? Oh, there. Okay. Nope. And you can see how part of this is in this. Now, why Saavedro, because remember, he chose these symbols. Why he chose those specific symbols, and remember, he's never been able to solve Atrus's shield puzzle. So, there. Okay. Why he chose these particular symbols, which just happened to be the solution to the puzzle, like, I mean, it's fucking beyond me. There's a little gondola car here. But we're going to take this ladder down to the lower level. Hey, there's a linking book to Tumana. And there are additional words down here. Now, if we go into this, balanced systems stimulate civilizations. That's the code for the other one. But we need to put that one in over here. So, let's save real quick again. And this, I know, is an ending. We can link back to Tumana without doing anything else.
Bad ending number 1.
Yep.
By the Maker, you've returned. Atris, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
You've returned. Where's Felicia?
Bad end number 1. Take the linking book to Tamana and use it, and
Crazy Pants comes in and gets his revenge.
He kills you, Atris, and Catherine.
Justifiable losses.
Yep. So that's the first one. Now for this one, you need some of the symbols from downstairs to form this one. And we're going to go ahead and do this. And this one is not any part of any of the other solutions. And apparently this is how people on Tamana write, which is kind of like, you know, it's kind of like Japanese kanji or something, but like much more complicated and stupid.
There's no flow to it. Well, there is actually a flow to it. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so now we have.
Oh my god. They're alive? How did you... Foreseen.
But this, of course, was designed for Atris's two sons to work together.
No.
I guess Atris's plan was that one of them could go have fun on Relishan, or Narayan, while the other one just kind of sat around here.
Atris is a terrible father.
Yes.
You see, I still have something that he wants. Something that he sent you to bring back for him. Release him. Drop the outer barrier when I'm out by the gondola. Switch the shield so the outer barrier is open. And in return, I'll give up release. Do it.
Okay, couple of possible endings here. All bad. Thank you. Possible ending 1.
What are you doing? Go back inside and drop the outer barrier. Do it. I swear I will drop this into oblivion.
Yeah? I dare you.
What are you waiting for? Drop the outer shield or I swear I will let go of this book.
It wouldn't be very nice if you did.
That was less nice.
So, yeah. If you just, like, refuse to do what he says, he just kills you. So, let's try doing what he says.
Apparently, it's my turn to live up to my end of the bargain.
Yep. If you do what he asks, he just fucks off.
Believe me, it's justified. Beatrice is a dick.
Beatrice is a dick. Thank you. Now, at this point, I'm gonna go up here real quick, and you can kind of see the world a little better with the shield down. So, like, you can see that the stuff that he could see faintly was all this destroyed, rotten stuff, but they are rebuilding. So, at this point, you can use the linking book to go back, but
And it's just like, oh, you failed. So.
yeah, it's
And you'll
Atris,
get a lecture from Atris.
Atris and Catherine will give you a you failed lecture. What you actually want to do is turn off the power on him. Jesus, Phyllis Diller is gonna be like, dude, tone it down a bit. Okay. So, let's save again.
Oh, God. No. Please don't do this to me. Not when my family could still be alive out there. Want the book? Here. I'll give you the book. Just... Please. Please. Don't do this.
It sure seems like we've got him over a barrel at this point, and like maybe we could, you know, ask him to give up his club.
I can't do this again. Please don't leave me trapped here like this. I can't. No! 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 No!
Jesus, dude. So,
Are you gonna do all the bad endings?
yes.
Aw.
There are, well, I'm not going to do all of them. There are two more bad ends. One is if you just use your linking book to go back to Tamana right now. In which case, you win, but Atris is sad because Saavedro, the psychopath, is trapped here forever.
Yeah, which he did. Like, he never came back and checked on it. Like,
Yeah, I know.
like,
It's Atris' own
damn fault.
It's his own damn fault. The other one is if you turn the power back on without switching the shield. Saavedro does not
Handle this
deal.
well?
He does not deal well with adversity.
He's a little nuts.
Okay. So the actual way you have to do this, with the power still off, switch the shield. This is the quote-unquote good ending.
Well, you have the books. So.
Go back up here. Turn the power back on. The outside shield is okay. So he can't get back to murder you. Does his little bro fist. Yep. Hops in his goofy-ass gondola.
And you never see him again.
Basically.
That's the ending that makes me feel the best, because that is definitely a very broken man.
Yeah, I like the way that we just, you know, sent a, like, potential mass murderer into society with no rehabilitation or, like, anything. Zoom. Okay.
Well, we have no proof he murdered anybody.
Well, he hasn't murdered anybody yet, but, like, I think we've pretty firmly established that he wants to murder a lot of people.
He only wants to murder Atris. And that's justifiable.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, like, I kind of want to murder
You
Atris.
want to murder Atris. Atris is a goober.
So,
like, this is all on Atris. If he had, like, you know, knowing that his son's completely f***ed up royally, go check on the shit.
I mean, if he had actually bothered to, like, raise them instead of just, like, letting them run wild like apes.
You should give Atris a stern moment.
So, anyway.
By the Maker, you've returned. Atris, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following the...
You've returned, but where's Relisha? Did you bring back the book?
If you don't have Release on here, he just gets sad, but...
Thank the Maker. It's fine. We're in your debt, my friend. If this book had been destroyed, everything we worked for, all the people of Relishan, have been lost to us forever.
You must tell us everything.
Oh, I plan on it, you assholes.
So, then we get this epilogue, which changes depending on whether you
At last I can
release
rejoice.
Savedra or not.
Relishan has been returned to me unharmed. The age I hoped would provide a new beginning still lives on. I'm sure that no danger shall befall it. And as I sit here writing in this journal, I rejoice to know that Narayan too is safe. The secrets of its past have been unlocked, and old wrongs have finally been righted. I know now that we can't escape the past, nor can we rewrite it, hoping to lessen our pain. The best we can hope for is to continue to learn, to take from the past only that which is good, and move on. Perhaps in the process, we will build a brighter future.
I like how the lesson that Atris learned there was, it's best to just move on from your past mistakes. Like, that's what you did! That's what caused this problem in the first place! Like, Atris is a bad parent and a bad person. Whatever, like, so, that was Myst III, Exile. I love this game. It's so much more playable than Riven. Just being able to look around and stuff. Plus, I really like the design of the ages.
I also kind of like the story.
It's the story of Riven is a little abstract, and this one is just very straightforward. And I think that works to its strengths, actually. Like there's no deep lore that you have to understand to figure this shit out. Like it's very much like it's a good game. It's designed to be more of a game, I feel, than Riven was. Riven was like a big art piece, and Myst III is more like, yeah, this is a video. We're just making you a video game. Play this video game, please.
Oh god, now you gotta play 4.
I am going to be playing 4. Not tonight.
No, not tonight. It's some near future.
Also, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the chorus in this music is just singing the name of the ages. Idana Amateria. It's like, yeah, that's what they're doing. Anyway.
I can't read any of those names.
Oh, it's fine. Brad Dorff apparently was Savedro.
And he did a damn good job.
Yeah, actually,
he was the only one that was actually,
had
any emotion.
He was chewing up the scenery pretty bad, but
yeah,
like,
but I mean,
in a
you
fun way.
almost have to. Nobody else did anything. Everybody else was the scenery.
Yeah. Anyway, I do really like Exile. I think that Riven is a better experience, if that makes sense. But like, this is a better game. This is more fun to play. This is comfort food. This is, like, it's
hot dog and mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's very digestible and straightforward. Whereas Riven, like, there's a lot of like obtuse puzzles and stuff. The next game in the main Myst series is Myst 4. Myst 4 is god awful. It got very good reviews when it came out, but it is god awful. I do not like Myst 4 at all. I will do it for you.
It's terrible.
But it's very bad, and I do not like it. And it's got, hands down, the worst acting in the entire series.
I mean, if you thought the scenery chewing in this
Oh yeah, like this
oh my god.
This is nothing. You have not seen anything. Like it gets so much worse. But before I do Myst 4, there's another game that I like, and I want to do that one instead. And that is Uru. It is a side game. It was meant originally to be a Myst MMO. And as you're sitting there thinking, well, how would that work? The answer is they don't know. Like, Ubisoft had no fucking clue. Cyan Worlds had no fucking clue. Which, by the way, I do point out that Cyan Worlds is not associated with this game. You see the logos for Ubisoft, you see the logos for Presto Studios, but you do not see Cyan Worlds anywhere on here. So, I don't know what the significance of that is, because obviously Rand Miller was still engaged in this project. So, Exile is kind of a standalone story, and a lot of the story beats that Exile covered with the looking back at what Cirrus and Akinar did get covered in 4 as well. But so much worse. Like, oh my god, you have no idea how awful 4 is yet. But we're going to be doing Uru, which is a 3D, no live action, no FMV, anything, no actual digitized actors, none of that. It's all 3D. We're going to make a character, and we're going to play the game, and I'm going to have fraps running so that I can throttle the bandwidth, or throttle the frame rate rather, to solve one of the puzzles, because there's an unpatched problem that's existed since day 1. Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a thing. But tomorrow is Pokemon night, Pokemon Ultraviolet. We're going to be doing that, and I think that's everything that I have to say about Myst 3 Exile. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys continue to enjoy these Myst games as I play through them. We've got just 3 more to go. Uru is far and away the largest, by the way. That's definitely going to take multiple sessions, and this one took a very long session to get through. And 4 and 5 are even bigger. So those are probably going to be 2 sessions each. But like Uru, I have no idea how long that's going to take. That's just got a bunch of content for it. And some of it's really cool, and some of it's just so bad. But this is kind of the tipping point where the series kind of started to go downhill. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and until next time, quit to DOS. Wow, that didn't even no confirmation. Like, are you sure you want to? Like, just nope. I'm out of here. Well, let's make like Uru or make like Myst III and stop this stream. Bye, guys.